Hi YouTube family, in today's video what we are going to learn is we are going to learn how to create a RDS database on the AWS, and that RDS database we are going to connect with the WordPress, and that WordPress is running on the EC2 machine. So let's understand the step which we are going to follow in this video. So the first thing which we are going to do is we are going to create two security group. One security group I am going to create for the EC2 machine, and the other security group I am going to create for the RDS database. After that I am going to create the RDS database. Once we have the RDS database up and running, the third step is going to be we are going to launch a EC2 machine, and on that EC2 machine we are going to install PHP, Apache, MySQL, WordPress, all those things. So we will go step by step in order to install all those things. If you want to follow along, you can also do that. And once we have the WordPress installed, we are going to attach that WordPress with the RDS database. Okay, and in last we will also see a sample website for this. So with that, let me start with the demo. So the first thing is I need to log into my AWS account. Here I already logged into my AWS account, and whatever the demo I'm going to do it in North Virginia region. Let me go to the security group first, and let's create two security group. So here I am in the security group. Let me create one security group. The first security group which I am going to create, that is for EC2 security group. The same thing I will provide in the description as well. Here we need to select the VPC. As of now I only have one of the VPC, that is the default VPC provided by the Amazon, so we are going to use that VPC only. And in the inbound I need to open couple of rules. The first rule which I am going to open, that is for HTTPS, so that we can connect to our WordPress which we are going to install on this server anywhere. And the second traffic which I am going to open, that is for SSH, and again anywhere. In the outbound all traffic is going to be open. Create security group. Now let me create the second security group. So we have this EC2 security group created. Now let me create the other one for RDS. Let me copy the same thing in the description. Again I will create it in the same VPC. In the add rule I am going to open port number MySQL, that is port number 3306, and this will go custom right now, but I want this traffic to be secure, and I want this traffic only allow my EC2 security group. So let me select that thing here. So in the custom, what we need to do is we need to go with the EC2. So this is the group which we have created. Other than that I don't need to open any other traffic. Create security group. So we have two security group created. The first one, this EC2 security group I am going to attach with my EC2 instance, where I have port number 80, that is for HTTP, and port number 22 allow. And the second security group I have for the RDS database, where I have MySQL port number 3306 open, and the traffic is allowing only from this security group, EC2 security group. Okay, now the next thing which I need to do is I need to create RDS instance for RDS database. So let me go to the RDS for that. Now here we have the option to create the database. So we are going to click on the database. I will go with the free tier. Okay, so make sure that you are not going to select the production or test dev environment. Otherwise at the end of the day you have to pay cost. Okay, so I will go with the MySQL here, and from here I need to select the lower version. Now why I need to select the lower version? Because the PHP which I am going to install, or the WordPress which I am going to install, I am going to install for this version only. I am not going with the latest one right now. I am going with the free tier. Now let's understand the difference between the free tier, production account. In the production account we will get multi-AC deployment as well. So that means I can have my database running in multiple availability zone. Now the benefit of that is I will get the redundancy, and the second thing, if one of the availability zone database is down, I can still work with the other database. So it's a kind of backup thing. I will also get the read replica, but if I go with the free tier, I will not get those benefit. So that's okay. I don't want to do the demo for those things. So let's suppose if I'm going to select the production, here it is giving me the option to deploy my database in multi-AC. Okay, I don't want to do that. So let me go with the free tier. Now here we can provide the database name. So for that, let me give the database name. So VK database I am going to give. Now here we need to configure the master username. So we need to configure the username and the password. So admin is good for me. I will go with this username, and in the password, let me enter the password. Now from here we need to select the T2 micro. Okay, we want this to be created in the free tier, and 20 GB of the storage is fine with me. I just need to uncheck this box which says storage auto scaling, because we don't require this thing for now. Let me scroll down. Here we have to select the VPC, so I'm going with the default VPC now. And from here what we need to do is we need to select the security group which we have created. So this is the security group which we have created. So let me select that security group, RDS security group. Availability zone, no preference as of now. And in the additional configuration we have the port number 3306. I don't want to enable the monitoring. Let me go with the additional configuration. So from here we can create our database as well. So let me create the database as well, and I'm going to give the same name, VK database. And from here I need to select the DB parameter group. I'm fine with this. I don't want to go with the backup, so let me go with the 0 day, or let me uncheck this box. We can also enable this audit log, error log, journal log if I want to enable it. But again, if I'm going to enable these things, then I have to pay something. That is something I don't want. I can also go for the maintenance window if I want to. And we can also enable this delete protection. So I don't want to enable it right now. Let me go and create the database. Now database creation will take some time. So while it is taking time, what I'm going to do is I will create my EC2 machine. So let me go to my EC2. Now from here I'm going to create one of the instance, and I'm going to create the Linux instance. Let me go with the first machine, and in the choose instance type I will go with the free tier T2 micro. It's fine for me. Configure instance, I don't want to update any of the setting. I do have a user data script as well, by which we can install the PHP, Apache, everything, but I don't want to give it here. I will provide you that thing in the description. So if you want to go with the user data, you can also do that, but I want step-by-step instruction in this video, so that I can tell you like how to install each and everything step by step. So I'm not going to use the bootstrap or the user data script for this. 8 GB is absolutely fine for me. In the tagging, let me give a name, machine. Configure security group. We already have one of the security group, EC2 security group. That is, I'm going to select review and launch, and I already have one of the key pair with me, and that key pair I'm going to use. Now my machine creation is going to take some time. It is not going to take much time, so I'm not going to pause the video. It is just going to take not couple of minutes as well. It is just going to take 30 seconds or something. Now let me select the public IP of this machine and let me log into this machine. So from the terminal, I need to go to the location where I have my key pair, and my key pair is in the download folder. Let me connect to my machine, and this is the command to connect to the machine, SSH-I. After that we need to provide the key pair, and then we need to provide the default username at whatever the public IP we have. Let me log into the machine. Now here I logged into the machine. So the first thing which I need to do is I need to install couple of things. So let's install. So sudo yum install httpd php. We need php MySQL. Okay, let me give the y parameter so that it is not going to ask me yes no. Now once we have this thing installed, once we have the Apache installed, so we need to go to the location where we have the index.html file, and that is something we have in the var www.html. This is the location where I can place all of my index or the other files related to my web server. Now the second thing which I need to do is I need to install the WordPress. So I'm going to install the WordPress here. So for that, what I'm going to do is wget https, and after that wordpress.org, and here we need to provide the version. We can also go with the latest version, but I don't want to go with the latest version, so let me provide a previous version. Now I need to use sudo in the beginning, otherwise it is not going to install the file for me. Now if I do ls, we have the file installed and that is in the tar. So we need to unzip this file, and in order to unzip, what I need to do is again we need to use the sudo let me do the ls again, and here we have the WordPress, and inside this WordPress I have each and every file. So let me show it to you. WordPress, see, we have each and every file related to the WordPress here, but I don't want the WordPress files to be here. I want my WordPress files to be where? Let me do the cd ... I want each and every file to be here. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all the file recursively, and the folder name is going to be WordPress. I need each and every file, and which location, that is var www.html. Oh, permission deny, I'm so sorry. We need to use the sudo in the beginning. We are done. Let me do the ls. Now here we have all the files. Now what I need to do is I need to delete those files which I don't require. So rm-rf, we don't require the WordPress folder now. So let me delete it. Again, it's my mistake. We need to use the sudo in the beginning. Let me delete this thing, and there is a tar file as well, so let me delete that thing as well. Sudo rm-rf, and what was the name? WordPress. Yeah, this is the name. Let me do ls. Now here we have all the files. Okay, now ls -lh, if I'm going to do, here it is telling me each and every file is related to the root. So I need to change couple of permissions as well. So the permission which I need to change, that is for this folder, wp content folder. As of now, the owner is root. Okay, so let me change the permission for this. We need to go recursively, so we need to use the -r option here, and let me change the permission of the root, and the folder name we need to provide. Yes, good. We need to change the permission of one more thing. So sudo, now we need to change the ownership, and in order to change the ownership, it is chown. Yes, minus, again we need to go recursively. So recursively here means whatever the content we have inside this WP folder, it is going to replace the permission of all those things. If I'm not going to provide -r option here, what will happen? It is only going to change the permission of the top level folder, not the folder which are inside this. Okay, so I want to replace it for everything. So let me go with Apache. I want the owner and the group owner to be Apache, and then I need to provide the folder name, wp content. why I'm not, oh yes, now I'm getting. So let me do ls minus lah, and let me see. Yes, we have the Apache and we have fixed the permission as well. Now the last thing which we need to do is we need to start the service. So sudo service httpd start, and we can also do the check config as well. So chk config, yes, httpd on. Now why I'm doing this thing, if my machine is going to reboot or disconnected from the network, then what will happen, this service is going to down. If I want this service to be up and running, even my machine is going to reboot. So we need to add that thing in the check config. Now we have each and everything configured on the machine. Now let me grab the public IP and let me go to the internet and let's see. Now we are getting the WordPress page. But before that, let me go to my RDS instance and let me see whether my RDS instance is created. Yes, my RDS instance is created, and here it is telling me available. The only thing we need the endpoint detail. This is something important. This is something I need to provide, okay, while configuring this thing. So let's go. Now here we need to provide the database name. So what was the database name? It was VK database. Username was admin. Let me provide the password as well here. And in the local host we need to provide this information, the endpoint information. So let me go and provide this thing and let me submit this thing. Once I am going to submit, it is going to give me this message, that's okay. So it is telling me there is no file with this, so you can create this file. So let me create this file. For that we need to go to our instance, and from here we need to use that sudo nano. Let me go with the nano and let me create that file, and in this file we need to paste this thing. So let me copy all those things, paste it here, save this file. We are done. Now let me run the installation. Now here it is asking me to provide the site name, so let me provide the site name. So it is going to be wiki demo. Here we need to provide the username. I will go with the admin. Let me provide the password as well. So let me go with the password. So it is, if we are using a weak password, then we need to check this box, and here we need to provide the email ID. So let me provide trainer devops active @gmail.com. Install WordPress. Now we have the WordPress correctly configured with our database. Now we need to log into our WordPress. So here we need to provide the username and the password, and the username is admin and the password is this. Let me log in. Not now. Let's wait for it to log in. I don't know why it is taking long time. Okay, let me click on login again. It might be my internet is running slow, or it might be the WordPress is running slow. I'm not sure what exactly the reason is. But right now we are not able to log in because of the internet speed or something. So that's okay. Let's wait for it. Or let me do one thing. Let me pause the video for the time it is loading, and let me come back once this is up and running. Okay, let me try this thing on the other browser. So for that, let me go to the Google and let me try it here. Okay, it is asking me to enter the username and the password. So the username is this, and let me enter the password, and let's wait for it to, yes, I'm able to log in. Now from here you can create your website and everything. You can write your blog. If you want to customize, you can also customize your website like this. So here you can see the name. If you want to change the theme, you can change the theme. Like you can go and select any of the theme. You can activate and publish this thing. And if you want to check how your website look like, you can go to this and you can visit your website, and here it is going to show you how your website is look like. Now you can play with it. You have each and every content which you can edit. You can edit the page from here. You can do the customize. You can edit this thing. You can actually edit each and everything. You can also upload the files or the folders here. Play with it, enjoy, create your website. So this is how you can connect RDS with the WordPress. I hope you enjoy this video, and if you enjoy or like this video, do subscribe my channel, like this video and support. Thank you.